Good morning, I'm hoping you can hear me because it's very windy today. I'm walking on the beach with Buddy today. There he is. Full disclaimer, there will be some jump scares of planes in the middle of this video for those that have the attention span of... So I've been thinking about what it is in game development that I think isn't really true, and I've came up with three things. The last one's a little bit controversial. So I think the first thing is a lot of people still believe that you need to be able to do everything in terms of like art, music, sound effects, program, game design, level design. It definitely would help because as an indie game developer you do kind of have to do everything, but I don't think you have to be good at everything. I think that's the difference. I think being able to adapt is more important, and being able to learn quickly. I know that sounds like really cringy and very guessable, but hopefully you know what I mean. I think the reason you don't need to be good at all these things these days is because you can just get other people to do it for you. Obviously it's budget. Oh, what's my dog eating? Buddy, you can't eat seaweed, man. Put it down. You can get people to make stuff for you in terms of art, music, even programming. I think the better option is asset packs, which we'll get to later on, because you're able to get like a set art style. Maybe art is probably the most easy to outsource because a lot of people who are artistic have great skills and are able to kind of make commission off of that. When it comes to music, I think there's also a lot of outsourced materials, especially on like Fiverr and sites like that, and I think that's a great source. I think when it comes to music, because it's usually made for your project, it's a little bit more risky because you can't preview what it is, and I think that if you've got a very specific idea in your head, you need to forget it. Having some key ideas in your head is fine, and like maybe reference points, but people aren't going to be able to exactly replicate what's in your head, and even if they could, then translating that from your mind into reality is bloody hard. I think that the second thing that is a misconception of indie game development, and he's walking right in front of my camera again, as per normal. A lot of people think that you need a really unique idea. It's so unrealistically difficult to achieve. I think you need to forget that idea. Can you not see I'm filming here? You gonna come sit next to me? Hey? You being a cheeky beagle? A lot of people think I need this really unique idea, and I guess on the flip side, people also exactly copy things, and I think that's not good. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, look at my game. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a millionaire. I still have a day job. Like, I've not been that successful with it. However, it did sell 10x more than I was expecting, and I have had very positive reviews from it. And a lot of people did actually really enjoy the game, which you can check out, by the way, Grub Truck on Steam. Nasty plug there. But obviously there has been food truck games before, and there has been games in similar genres, but I did put a twist on it, both art style and mechanics. So there was like unique elements, but the game itself was not unique. And I think that's the message I want to get across there, is you don't have to make something that hasn't already been done. Just make something that excites you and is a twist on something that is already proven. So like with my next game, which is a shop sim on a small train station, obviously shop sims exist, they're a proven market, but I'm putting a twist on it. So it's not a unique idea, but the twist I'm putting on it is unique, and the setting is unique, and the art style is fairly unique. Anyway, as I was saying, for context, obviously I would have cut a lot of this out. This has taken me about 15 minutes just to get this second message in because of this bugger. Yeah, you! I know he's peeing up the log. As game developers, we don't always fix problems, but we fix needs of like, oh, I wish there was this game with this twist, and that's what we're doing. We don't need to make something new, we don't need to create a problem, we just need to fix something that a certain target audience, maybe it's an itch for them. Thought of something else that adds to like why you wouldn't want to do a unique idea. And if we're talking like algorithmically, if you've got a unique idea that doesn't necessarily fit into an existing market, you're not going to get pushed out, and you're going to need to do a lot heavier marketing to actually achieve any kind of success with it. So why take that risk? Like, unless you know you're a god at marketing, or you know that your idea has been proven like in your community and it's going to work, why bother with a unique idea? A lot of dog owners are absolute nuts because they think their dogs talk to them, whatever. But sometimes I do actually think that my dog knows what he's on about. I said to him, where should we film? He's taken me to this spot. It's actually quite a good idea. Although it is really wet and sandy, buddy. He's now eating a shell. Buddy. Really, man? Can you give that to me or not? No, and it's gone. Spot buddy, because this looks a bit shite and it's all sandy. But anyway, we'll try it. Now my dog's peeing on camera. Here he comes, right in my shot again. Every time I talk, buddy. Come here, you. Cheeky bug. So the most controversial thing I think people still believe, and I did to be fair when I started it, is that you can't use asset packs and be successful, which is a load of rubbish. If I had completely unique assets, maybe it would have sold more, maybe it wouldn't. However, without them, I don't think I would have finished the game. If I can find a clip, I'll put it here. This is what the characters originally look like. And let's be honest, that's pretty shocking. I think that when it comes to asset packs, I think if it's going to save you time and money, do it. I think that's the most important thing, especially for your first few games. I think ultimately, because this is what it was for me, is stop bloody procrastinating. I get your biscuit when I get back, yeah? You're a good boy. I got to a point in my game where I expected it to sell small. So then when I actually did sell quite a few copies of the game, I was much better off mentally, because I felt like I'd done it. My dog was pulling me into the sea. Those would be my top 3 misconceptions about game development, especially indie game development. And I think that if you're comfortable with not having a unique idea, using asset packs, and not expecting yourself to just know everything, and even if you're going to try and learn everything, don't expect yourself to be amazing at everything, because it's just not how it works. I'd say just give it a go. What have you got to lose, you know? Give it a shot, because what you don't do is not going to benefit you at all. What you do is going to benefit you. And the worst case scenario is it doesn't work. I feel like when I'm recording these, I'm actually just telling myself it. I still procrastinate loads of rubbish, especially when it comes to game development and time. And I think I just need to do it and recognise that the worst case is nothing. It doesn't really exist. There isn't really a worst case, so why are you bothering to think about it that much? And unless you're actually coming to a conclusion to fix something, why are you bothering thinking about it in the first place? Do you know what I mean? That's mine and Buddy's opinions, isn't it, Buddy? Too busy looking for food. Let me know what you think, and if Buddy's not going to be distracting us the whole time, we'll be a lot better off. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the planes. They were really cool.